Hi, Koya. I'm hungry.
I'm Koya Shimazu, and there's one girl in my class who's called the Queen. Her name is Haruka Kiriyama. She's the daughter of a huge conglomerate group, and people speak highly of her for a reason. Rumor has it that your future gets plucked away if you get in her crosshairs, so no one dares talk back to her. And being queen isn't just for show. She's good at using people, which makes things extra hard. What shall I buy you?
You shouldn't even have to ask. I want a red bean bun. Here's some money. You can keep the change.
Since she lets me keep the change, I obey her every word. And there are the weirdos who are happy to be pushovers just because she's attractive. Here you are.
Thank you.
By the way, she loves sweets. She especially loves red bean paste and always makes us get the red bean buns for her. I worry she might get diabetes in the future. So that's my school life. But one day...
Hello everyone. I am Miss Haruka's maid. Please call me Hinagiku. Today, at the request of my master, Haruka's father, I would greatly appreciate it if all the boys would agree to cooperate with this.
After school, a maid arrived, and only the boys were to remain in the classroom. What was about to happen?
Everyone, I've passed out a sheet of paper with the QR code printed on it. Please scan it with your smartphones and download the indicated application. If you do not possess a smartphone, I will be more than happy to help you, so please speak up.
Excuse me, may I ask a question?
But of course.
What kind of app are we downloading? All the paper says is that it's a questionnaire.
It's merely to aid a certain investigation. The application is managed by an AI program. You input your information, and the AI will generate the questions. To that end, those who finish first may be done in about 5 minutes, and those who take longer may take over 30 minutes. I will not force you to stay, so those who are finished are free to go home. However, everyone who remains to assist will receive 10,000 yen.
10,000 yen?
That is correct, but I request that you answer each question truthfully.
10,000 yen per student just for answering a survey? Who knows what her household is thinking, but this might be important if they're paying us each 10,000 yen. Not that a mere student like me would understand it. That said, ignoring the fact that only boys were in the room, I noticed that Haruka was in a bad mood. Could this app be...
Is everyone ready? Please enter your full name and answer the questions presented to you.
Hinagiku motions for us to start, and we all launch the app. The first question is, do you like sweets? Oh, I get it. It's just as I guessed. The questions continued like a school survey, asking for our favorite subjects or our favorite sports, and like she said, students started to leave after the 5 minutes had passed. They showed their phone screens to the maid, received an envelope, and left to go home. As I saw the other boys leaving, I started feeling impatient. This is bad. At this rate, I'm gonna be the last one left. This being as hard as it is to finish meant that the more detailed questions were designed to yield more accurate answers. I could already picture the results these answers would lead to the longer I spent. What's the correct way to answer who my favorite anime character is, or how many children I want? Wait, this is probably designed to trip people up, so maybe I should write the opposite? No, I have to answer these honestly. And so I continued answering question after question. I'm finally finished. Everyone else has already gone home. At some points, I became the only boy left in the room. It looked like being finished wasn't about answering all the questions. It felt more like my life was over. I'm finished.
You took quite a long time. I see. This took you about an hour?
I have a bad feeling about this. It didn't seem like Haruka was completely listening either, but my bad feeling was right on the money.
We've received your data, and the result is... well, extraordinary.
What do you mean? What does it say?
It appears that you and Mr. Shimazu are 99% compatible with each other.
What?
The others only scored 50% at most. I couldn't have guessed anyone would score this highly. The master set the bar at 95%, which Mr. Shimazu has definitely cleared.
Wait, just a minute! There has to be some kind of mistake!
I'm afraid not. This app has been used countless times, and every pair rated with high compatibility have remained together and deeply in love. Young miss, are you doubting the work of your father's company?
That wasn't... Still, something strange about this. How do he and I have near-perfect compatibility?
I knew it. The app was measuring love compatibility. And this app paired me with the selfish queen of the class. Unbelievable. There's no way I'll be able to get along with Her Majesty's selfishness and whims.
There is no mistake. Furthermore, you often make requests of Mr. Shimazu, do you not?
He's just good at following orders. Yes, all he's good for is being as obedient as a dog.
But don't you love dogs, young miss?
That's not what I mean!
Regardless, it has already been confirmed. Any further complaints should be taken up to your father. Mr. Shimazu?
Yes?
May I visit your home tonight? I would like to speak to your parents.
This will be about marriage arrangements, right? Can I turn this down?
Huh? Do you have a problem with me?
Why are you getting angry? I thought you didn't like this either.
This is an entirely different matter. I think you must be trying to insult me.
What? This young queen really is a pain.
Of course, you may refuse.
In that case...
But the company your father works for is under Kiriyama Corporation's umbrella, correct? A remarkable coincidence, is it not?
Please come over anytime. All that talk, and I never really had the option to refuse to begin with. The maid has a kind demeanor, but she's actually very crafty.
Thank you very much.
Hinagiku, are we finished here?
Furthermore, compared to how you are during the day, this side of you is very cute.
I feel like she's the same any time of the day.
However, as I said, any further complaints should be taken up with your father.
In terms of master-servant relationships, Haruka should be the one in power. But speaking as an outsider, it looks like Hinagiku's the one in control. Haruka became more compliant and Hinagiku came to my house.
And that is the situation. Will you allow Mr. Koya and my young miss to live together?
Yes, of course.
If my son is suitable, please take him as you see fit.
Hinagiku gave my parents the rundown and they accepted it immediately. Well, things do look great on the surface, and I do understand the choice between your child and expanding your company.
Thank you very much. Then, Mr. Koya, can you gather your belongings?
Yeah, right now?
No, you will be moving during your vacation time, so don't worry.
Oh, okay. I guess it'd be too much to force an immediate move.
Which reminds me, we will take care of the bed and other furniture, so only take what you need. If you find that you need something later, you may return here and retrieve it.
Got it. Is this the start of my living hell? Fast forward to moving day. Servants carried out all of my bags, and I took my most valued possessions with me as I got into the limousine. A high-end condo?
Is this unexpected? Out of consideration for you and the young miss, we of course chose a building with the best security.
No, it's not about that. I just have a bad feeling about this.
You're very sharp, Master Koya.
Wow, what a smile. Which probably means my hunch is right. When I walk in...
Impossible! Absolutely impossible! There's no way he and I are living together.
Haruka was already inside, and she was furious. As you can see, she and I are to be living together starting today. She was supposed to live with her family, but instead we're here. I recalled my discomfort knowing that I'd be in this condo rather than at her mansion. She was to live away from her parents, and based off of the timing of all of this, I realized what the point of this was. I thought at least Hinagiku would be living together with us, but...
But isn't this lovely? There will be no one to interrupt your time together. You can do that as much as you'd like.
As if we would! You sadist! I bet you're thrilled about this arrangement.
But of course!
I've had enough. I want a different maid.
I'm merely following your father's instructions, so a change in staff will make no difference.
Stupid dad. What was he thinking leaving his daughter to live with a wolf?
I'm not a wolf, though.
Of course you wouldn't understand. You just act obedient and meek, but then you'll pounce when the two of you are alone.
I get what she's trying to say, but...
Young miss, it will be all right. Your father believes that due to your near-perfect compatibility, anything that will happen is because the two of you are meant for each other, so he has no complaints.
There's nothing alright about this. He's giving the app too much credit. Besides, there's still that 1% left over. That'll probably make or break this relationship. Please ask my father to reconsider this. For real.
Why don't you tell him yourself?
What's with that reaction? I think it's a reasonable suggestion.
You tell him, Hinagiku.
I certainly could, but I would not be able to convince him.
Fine then. We'll live together and I'll prove that we aren't actually compatible.
Huh? Aren't you going to ask for my opinion?
Shut up and just stay in your room. Don't do anything.
I guess she and her dad don't really get along. She acts like she's royalty in class, but I suppose that's because of how controlling her father is. And so our days living together began.
Oh, I'm so hungry.
When evening came, Haruka came into my room. There's no maid here, so I'm the only one she can turn to. What do you want to eat? We were told that we can't go out, right?
We can go out, but those meals aren't nutritiously balanced, so I was told to cook for myself.
Can you cook?
Of course not. I've always had chefs prepare my meals.
Then I guess I'll make something.
Huh? You can cook?
A bit. Both of my parents work, so I do all the housework. Her family and Hinagiku already know I cook for myself from the app, so it's probably safe for her to tell me. Hinagiku did say that there was food in the fridge, didn't she?
I think you're right. Since we'd be living together, they'd send ingredients for us to divide.
Should have guessed as much from a rich family. Whoa, what's with all this food?
Well, more is better, isn't it?
There's no way the two of us can eat all of this. So much is going to be wasted.
It'll be fine. The servants live nearby. They can take whatever we can't finish before it goes bad and serve it among themselves. What is it?
I'm calling Hinagiku. I'm gonna ask her to take everything.
Why would you ask something so unreasonable?
What's unreasonable is all this food. Even with help, there's no way we could eat all of this, and we can't just push it off to the staff.
Why are you so upset over this?
Oh, I'm not really upset. Just that it wouldn't be good for you to stay used to your luxuries.
I see.
I got in touch with Hinagiku and explained that I wanted Haruka and I to go out and buy whatever we needed from then on. I thought she'd protest, but she listened, and I think she understood the gist of the situation. Wait, am I being tested?
I can't believe we're actually going out for groceries.
This is what normal people do.
Sending someone else to get groceries is normal for me, and it looks like it might rain.
You can't let people do everything for you forever. When it's time for you to run the company, your subordinates in other departments could take advantage of you.
Huh?
You probably don't get it because you've been pampered your whole life, but people only listen while you have an advantage. After we went to the supermarket and picked out some cheap ingredients, we thought about what to make. We went to the kitchen to get to work, but... it's hard to cook with you staring at me. For some reason, she wouldn't leave the kitchen.
You know what you're doing. You really do your own cooking after all.
If I couldn't, I wouldn't have offered to cook.
I thought you were just trying to impress me.
There's no point in such an unsocial person like me to try and look impressive.
Unsocial, huh? Why do you do whatever I say when we're in school?
That question came out of nowhere.
It occurred to me earlier. You don't seem like the type to just take orders, yet you do whatever I say during school.
It's because it's school. If I speak out, my social standing gets worse. I don't want to get into anything pointless. Besides, the change you let me keep is helpful.
I suppose that'll do. I'll help with the cooking.
Huh? I don't know.
Excuse you? You just thought I'd get in the way, didn't you?
I didn't. I swear I didn't.
Liar. I could hear it in your voice.
I really didn't. I did, though. I somehow calmed her down and she helped me set the table.
It's delicious.
I'm glad you like it.
Obviously, it's not as good as what my chefs make, but it's up there.
You didn't have to add that, but coming from a rich girl, I guess that being told that my cooking is on a similar level to her chef's is plenty of praise. And for someone who's always been served such high-quality meals, she looks really pleased eating an ordinary person's cooking with everyday ingredients. After we finished eating, I didn't expect her to help wash the dishes. I really didn't see this coming. She didn't strike me as someone who did any kind of cleaning. All this time, I saw her as a spoiled rich girl. Hours later,
Koya, are you awake?
just as I was getting comfortable in bed, Haruka came into my room. Maybe I was sleepy, but it looked like she was carrying a pillow in her arms. What's wrong?
Can we sleep together?
Huh? Why?
It's been storming for a while now, and I'm scared of thunder.
Oh, you're right about the storm. It did look like it was rain when we were out earlier, and now it just started pouring. Lightning and thunder occur close to each other, and I guess that's what scares her.
I can't stand the thunder, so I'd always go to Hinagiku. I hate it! Why does there have to be thunder?
So you're scared of thunder, huh? She always seemed invincible, but she has this weaker side that's afraid of thunder? I thought this gap in her personalities was kind of cute. I started petting her head softly. It's okay. You don't have to be scared. It'll be okay.
Koya...
It won't hurt us. If it scares you, I'll cover your ears. I'll cover your ears until you fall asleep, so you can relax.
Hinagiko used to do this all the time.
Maybe what I was doing was similar to her. Her expression softened and she laid down. Soon enough, she fell asleep and started snoring softly. I closed my eyes and drifted to sleep myself. Days later,
Koya, you're so reliable. Being able to say exactly what's on your mind is cool.
it was like she changed to another person entirely. Haruka started doting and clinging to me more. After the night of the thunderstorm, it seemed like I won her trust. However, it was like we had become attached at the hip, and I couldn't hide my apprehension. Hinagiku immediately informed Haruka's father about her behavior. Because of that, I was called in. I expected him to be mad at me, but instead, he bowed his head and asked me to take care of Haruka. I thought Haruka's attitude was because her father was scary, but he only looks scary because he's concerned for his daughter. The app to find a suitable husband for Haruka was also because he wanted to find someone who could provide a good future for his selfish daughter.
You really are amazing for father to accept you so quickly.
Only because he misses you so much.
You hardly ever use my name. We're living together, aren't we? You can be more familiar with me.
Well, even if you say that, you change moods so quickly that it's hard for me to keep up sometimes.
That app said we're 99% compatible, so you can be more open with me.
You used to deny those results, you know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Selective memory must be nice. I spent that day doting on her in all kinds of ways. And then, at school,
Koya, shall we eat lunch together?
it wasn't just our classmates, but everyone at school was surprised to see us together like this. Not only that, there were a lot of boys who had been interested in her, so we left many of them in tears of regret. As for me,
Koya?
you want head pats, right? Come here. I was spoiled by how cute she is, so I spoiled her right back. Behind her image of the cool as ice queen, she's a cute girl who loves to be doted on. From that day on, I passed time living with and doting on my adorable girlfriend.